Kindle Scribe. Is it that great? Is it worth the hype? Let's take a look. Hello, I'm Dr. Sam, this is Dr. Sam's Health, and today I'm going to make a bit of an unusual video. I'm gonna make a review on one specific gadget. Likely you know my channel because I talk about nutrition, about weight loss, about my book, The Rational Diet. I also talk about some health issues and things like that. Likely you know that I'm a medical doctor, I'm a psychiatrist, and as such, I actually read a lot. I have to read a lot of articles, I have to read a lot of case histories, I read a lot of books. I've got tons of them. I mean, hundreds of physical books, dozens, if not hundreds of electronic books. And today I would like to talk about one particular device, which is Kindle, Amazon Kindle Scribe. I just purchased one and I'll talk about it today. Just because I'm an avid reader and I've been traveling recently, I realized that using my phone for reading stuff is not particularly good solution for my reading habits. And I'm a bit of a nerd and I like things when they are packaged nicely in one device. So I've got lots of books here. You can't see them, but I've got like literally a whole wall of books. Some of them are actually very heavy, they're big. And for me, the idea of an e-reader always was very attractive. I tried a couple of different Kindles. I had the original Kindle. I got myself Kindle Oasis, and I think I even made a review on that. And this time, since I was traveling, I've been reading some books on my phone, which is quite small of a device, but the beauty of it is just it's on you all the time. It has a small screen, but it has very good resolution. It has Apple Books on it. It has Kindle for iPhone, so I could read pretty much whatever I wanted. And it's very compact and very convenient thing to use. But at the same time, it has a very small screen, and we always think about like eye strain when we're reading off devices like iPhone. So for some reason, I really had this urge to get myself a new e-reader. I did a little bit of research, watched some YouTube videos on that, and I ended up buying this device, Amazon Kindle Scribe. So the idea was that I would have something that has more of a paper-like feel, less reflection, longer battery life, but also at the same time it would have a larger screen, and that would make reading more ergonomic and more comfortable and producing less eye strain. So I ended up doing this. I got this device, and today I would like just like share my experiences with this particular device, which is actually a very great device, but I have my reservations. Before I begin, I will make my regular disclaimers, which are not really applicable today, but I will still make them. I'm a medical doctor, but I do not provide any kind of medical advice on my YouTube channel or on my website, Dr.Sam's Health. And also, since I'm gonna review a specific device, I don't want you to take it as a suggestion or recommendation to buy it. It's not sponsored by Amazon. I did publish my book on Amazon, but it has no relationship with me purchasing an actual e-reader from Amazon. So there is no sponsorship here. I just bought this device using my own credit card. And as you will see, I'm going to return it. And I'll explain why. So now we're done with the disclaimers. Let's talk about this device. I initially even thought about doing some sort of unboxing video, but the unboxing was very simple. You just take it out of the box. It comes with a charger, it comes with a pen. Device in general gives you a very nice premium feel. It's very light. I think it's around 400 grams or so. No concerns from that side. Let's turn it on. I have already downloaded some books. And the very first thing I would like to say is that the device itself, it's very light, but I don't think I would be able to use it for a particularly long period of time. The reason for that is it is very sleek, and that is a little bit of a problem. Because when you've got something sleek in your hands, and sometimes I kind of lie in my chair or lie in my bed on the couch, and I'm reading some books while doing so. This device in particular, I've got a very odd sense. I had a very odd sensation, a feeling. So when I hold it in my hand, it's actually heavy enough. It's very light, but it's heavy enough to give me this feeling that it's kind of sliding out of my hands. I know it sounds odd, and like definitely I might be a very spoiled person, but it makes me a little bit uncomfortable. And reading this device I cannot imagine myself like lying down and reading this device for hours. So like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe. Okay, so that's the first part. Second, the quality of the text, quality of the picture. The picture is actually pretty good. It has very good resolution. I think it's 300 dpi, which is one of the best, if not the best in its class. One of the problems is that obviously it's not color device. This device is black and white. It has good resolution, but something like that, the Rational Diet cover, doesn't look particularly good compared to the actual book. The next thing is it's not super responsive. It takes a little bit of time when you like click. Actually, it looks really nice at the moment, just because I've already scrolled through a number of things. But this little lag with like waking up, little lag with going back and forth between pages, it is a little bit uncomfortable. I would say I don't appreciate it much. Other devices like my iPhone, for example, allows me to scroll things, and this device, I don't think you can scroll on it. Not that I tried, but the whole ergonomics of it is a little bit overhyped. I don't find it to be particularly ergonomic or cool to have in your hands and read for a decent amount of time. Text quality is amazing. I think you can change the quality of light, the color of the light, of the highlights here. In general, I think it's a very viable e-reader. I actually do like it in general, but at the same time, there are little things that I do not appreciate much, and there are other things that I have to talk about. First of all, okay, reading just a regular text is fine, but say we got a larger document, a PDF, not even a case history or a legal document, but say I need to read a research article. Usually they are published on standard sized pages, like letter size or something like this, and this device would present them in a rather like condensed, very packed fashion, and I think it's like a little bit too small for this purpose. It's definitely much better than the regular Kindle or regular sized Kindle, better than iPhone in terms of the amount of text you get here, but anything that has to do with detailed illustration or very dense text, non-scalable text, likely I wouldn't enjoy doing it, and I wouldn't spend too much time working on that. Another thing that I, for some reason, expected, and I think I'm wrong with that to begin with, is since Kindle has Audible, or Amazon has Audible, I expected this device to actually have some sort of a microphone, earphones jack, and allow you to listen to audiobooks. That would totally make sense because it doesn't need much technology other than that already exists in the market. And given the parameters of the processor and all the like electronics in this device, I would expect them to add it, especially for a premium device. The next thing, which is not super important for me, but that's a key feature of this device, is actually writing. So that's why it's called Kindle Scribe, right? So you can write on some books, and I've got this habit of writing on certain books. I actually like highlighting things and so on. And this device only allows to do it with PDFs, and it doesn't allow doing this properly or like in a naturally occurring way on Kindle books. Like, for example, I've got some text here. I would like to highlight it. So if I start drawing, all it does is just like moves, switches pages. But if I wanted to scribe something here or write something, it will create like a separate little window, and it will store it as a separate like as a sticky note to the text. And that's not something I would like to have or I would enjoy. So that is the key feature of Kindle Scribe, and I don't think it's realized technically in the way that I would want it to be done. So these are just like major observations or major experiences that I had. Premium feel, nice light device. Unfortunately, there is no color option yet. I think that a couple of generations down the road, the e-ink will become a color ink, and that will be much nicer. A little bit less responsive that I would like it to be. There are also some like aesthetic elements of it, which are very subjective, very personal, which I don't enjoy. And I played with this device for a little bit. I cannot say that I really enjoyed it much. It is a nice device. I will give it to it 100% quality. But at the same time, we can compare it to an actual book, which gives you a nice uh, two-page look normally. It's easy to scroll, you can write on it. And I actually personally I prefer the sense of permanence when you know that uh, you cannot scroll anything and you cannot mess up with the book. So if I take this device, for example, and by some mistake, I just like click somewhere. I'm not sure if you can see the text changing, but if you awkwardly grab this device, likely you will shift pages, you will flip pages, and that's not super nice. It is something that's always on the back of my mind, and that is something that was affecting my experience with something like iPhone or iPad. Uh, Speaking of which, I actually did compare this device to my iPad Pro. At certain point, I really was looking for some nice device that will be able to allow you to read stuff, to watch stuff, have great connectivity. And essentially, I ended up getting myself an iPad Pro 11-inch. So here what I have. Uh, this is a very nice device. And for some reason, I remember that this iPad Pro was a little bit too heavy. And after a little bit of like deliberation and just like soul searching, I realized that everything that I need from this device actually already exists in iPad. Uh, I'm not planning to make a review of an iPad, but this device was heavy when it was this um, iPad keyboard because the keyboard has a like little battery in it. It's actually relatively heavy, and I actually weighed the two devices, and turns out that the quality, the quality weight of this device is actually almost identical. I think that iPad is closer to 500 grams. This is like 50 grams lighter, and there is not much difference. Also, iPad gives you a nice feel. You can actually attach some screen to it so that when you draw on it, it gives you a feeling that you are drawing on actual paper. It comes up, not comes, it comes with a fully colorful display. You can have some educational apps here, which you cannot have on Kindle Scribe. It gives you an amazing feeling when you are scrolling pages. You can do pretty much all kinds of scrolling with it, and I realized it's a much more convenient device than I initially felt. So I plus you can watch videos on it. You can see everything in full color. You can scale things. You can zoom them up easily. You can listen to stuff. You can listen to audiobooks. And I believe that obviously it's much more expensive device, but if you want something like more universal, uh, you would be better off getting an iPad than getting one of these Kindle Scribes. I have heard that Kindle Scribes do not sell particularly well. Not sure why, and I'm not sure if my experiences resonate with experiences of other people. I actually, again, I do like this device, but I just realized that in between iPhone and iPad, I really don't need this kind of device just because its functionality is quite limited. There is a beauty in this limitation, meaning that there are no distractions. It produces less eye strain than, say, an iPad or a phone. It's supposed to have a much longer battery life. We're talking about days versus hours. And in general, I believe that it's a great device, but for me, it doesn't work. And having said that, I will return it like in a couple of days. Uh, I almost wanted to thank Amazon for giving me an opportunity to try it. But again, it's not a sponsored video and nobody gave me an opportunity. I just bought this device and I'll have to pay a little bit of a fee or shipping fee for returning it. But it was a nice try. I hope that with the next couple of iterations of this kind of devices, they will become more advanced and they will meet my personal sophisticated taste or expectations. But for now, I'm going to stick with uh, paper copies of books and iPad, which I can carry in my briefcase and use whenever I want. So that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it's not a typical video for me, for this channel. Check out my website, drsamshealth.com, to get some information, some blogs there, some videos, references to my book. Check out my book. Check out this channel. Hit like and subscribe button. I'm always encouraging people to interact with me, maybe ask some questions about Kindle Scribe or about some reading techniques that I use or learning techniques. And of course, we'll continue with a couple of videos on low-carb diets and on nutrition in general. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. All the very best.